The Gobi Desert blazed under the sun, a furnace for the world's toughest ultramarathon, the Gobi March. Hundreds of runners, tracked and monitored, pushed through the heat, believing themselves safe. Then, Alara Vance vanished. One moment, her GPS blip moved steadily on the command center's screen. The next, it was gone. No warning, no gradual fade, just an abrupt halt. At first, organizers blamed a technical glitch or dead battery. But as hours passed, anxiety grew. The desert's silence became ominous. Emergency teams rushed to her last known location, expecting to find her resting or fixing a device. They found nothing. No footprints, no gear, no sign of struggle. It was as if the desert had swallowed her whole. The race, promoted as a fortress of technology, was shaken. How could someone disappear from a monitored course, surrounded by staff and medics? The impossible had happened. The horizon, once a symbol of endurance, now felt menacing. Alara's disappearance wasn't just a missing person case, it was a chilling reminder that even in our hyper-connected world, people can vanish without a trace. The event's promise of safety was shattered. The organizers faced a terrifying reality. Their systems had failed. The desert, indifferent and vast, held its secret. The question echoed: how can someone just disappear? The Gobi March would never be the same. And Alara Vance was gone. Alara Vance was no amateur. At 34, she was a veteran ultramarathoner, known for meticulous planning and caution. She'd conquered the Sahara, the Arctic, always prepared, always respectful of the risks. For the Gobi March, she trained for a year, heat sessions, sand runs, a strict diet. She memorized maps, packed redundant GPS devices, and carried a personal locator beacon. Her blog, Footsteps, Not Limits, inspired many, especially women in extreme sports. Alara was a role model, supportive, safety-conscious, and never reckless. Her disappearance stunned the running community. If anyone could avoid disaster, it was her. For Alara to vanish suggested something sudden and overwhelming, beyond even her preparation. This wasn't a story of carelessness. It was a careful plan interrupted by the unknown. Her absence left a void and a mystery. The question wasn't why she disappeared, but how. The Gobi March prided itself on high-tech safety. Every runner wore a GPS tracker, transmitting location and biometrics in real time. Drones patrolled overhead, checkpoints were staffed and equipped. Any deviation from the course triggered instant alerts. The system was marketed as foolproof, a digital fortress. Yet, Alara vanished from its very heart. The technology meant to protect her became the first clue in her mystery. The digital safety net failed, absolutely. The fortress was breached by a void. Alara's last sighting was at checkpoint 6, 75 kilometers in. She was tired but upbeat, tending a blister, chatting with medics. She left after 8 minutes, her tracker showing a steady pace. For 45 minutes, her data was normal. No distress, no deviation. Then, at 2:17 p.m., the signal stopped. Clean, sudden, final. The command center flagged it, expecting a technical issue. But she never reached the next checkpoint. Her last location, a flat, open basin, no place to hide or get lost. Drones had seen nothing unusual. The final GPS point became the epicenter of the mystery. No evidence, just a coordinate and silence. Alara's journey ended in an empty expanse. The desert gave no answers. The search for Alara was massive and immediate. Ground teams scoured her last known location. Drones swept the area with thermal cameras. No footprints, no gear, no trace, nothing. Satellite images, tracking data, and heat maps were analyzed, but revealed only emptiness. The technology that promised safety now confirmed only her absence. Volunteers, authorities, and even the military joined the search. The world watched, baffled. How could someone so monitored simply vanish? The Gobi March's digital fortress was defeated by a blank spot on the map. The search became a global headline and a modern mystery. The tools failed. The desert remained silent. With no evidence, theories multiplied. Medical crisis? Unlikely. She would have been found. Animal attack? No signs, no struggle, no remains. Human intervention? Abduction seemed far-fetched, but nothing else fit. Why didn't her emergency beacon activate? Why target a runner in the middle of nowhere? Each theory led nowhere. The mystery deepened. No motive, no evidence, no closure. Alara's case became a perfect void, a story with no end. Only questions remained. As the search faded, blame shifted subtly to Alara. Was she reckless? Overconfident? Did she ignore warning signs? This reflex, blaming the victim, especially women, is all too common. Alara followed every rule, trusted the system, and ran a race that promised safety. Yet, her choices were scrutinized, not the system's failure. The real issue was the gap between the promise of safety and the reality. The conversation should have focused on the organizers and their technology's limits. Instead, it became about a woman's right to take risks. This deflection lets systems evade accountability. By blaming Alara, we risk repeating the same mistakes. The lesson: don't blame the victim, fix the system. Alara's disappearance is a parable for our tech-obsessed age. We trust devices to keep us safe: phones, trackers, cameras. But monitoring isn't protection. The GPS tracked her vanishing. It didn't prevent it. Drones and data are tools, not shields. This false sense of security is often marketed to women: apps, alerts, wearable tech. But a dead battery or lost signal can render them useless in an instant. True safety isn't digital, it's real-world protocols and accountability. Alara was wrapped in technology, but it was fragile. Her story reminds us, tech is a tool, not a talisman. We must question our over-reliance on digital shields. Real safety means minimizing threats, not just tracking them. The illusion of safety can be the most dangerous risk of all. Years later, Alara's story remains an open wound. The race continues, with more tech and stricter rules, but the core questions linger. What does safety really mean? It's not just GPS or drones. It's proactive risk management and accountability. Should races be held where a person can vanish without a trace? Alara didn't disappear because she was careless. She fell through a hole in the promised safety net. The conversation must shift from blaming individuals to examining systems. Her journey ended at a single coordinate, leaving a legacy of hard questions. We owe it to her, and to all who follow, to demand real change. The desert keeps its secrets, but we must keep searching for answers.